Bitcoin has been seeing a beautiful pump and a beautiful breakout back towards the upside, breaking back above this level of support, right now touching a level of critical resistance, potentially confirming this double bottom, and it is going to be likely that we are going to be seeing a 50 basis point rate cut in the next interest rate decision, which will be made in 4 days. So we need to be talking about that exactly. So can we once again push up the likes back above the 100 likes? That will be absolutely amazing. And as always, let's have a look into what's that imminent short term. And yes, Bitcoin has been breaking back above that 60k level. It is looking absolutely lovely. Bitcoin has definitely been breaking bullish outside of this ascending triangle, outside of this rising wedge pattern at the same time. And also we have been getting continuation after this symmetrical triangle breakout towards the upside with a perfect retest over here. So that is definitely looking very good. Bitcoin is breaking back above a massive level of support. It has previously around been flipping in towards resistance over here, but we have gotten back above it right now as support, so that is looking very good. Anyways, right now we are trading inside of a weekend, so probably we are just going to be seeing some sideways consolidation at least. That is what is very likely during the course of the weekend, but we will also be having a look into our previous CME gap we have been creating during last week. We need to be talking about that exactly a little bit later in this video. But anyways, right now for Bitcoin, well, in that short term, Bitcoin is touching a major level of resistance over here, so do keep that in mind. I do think that a little bit of a correction is going to be likely, but that is going to be very good ultimately, because if we're going to be getting a little bit of a correction, just some consolidation at around this level over here, we are just going to be confirming a third touch point over here. And in that case, if we are going to be confirming a third touch point, we are going to be creating this falling wedge pattern with definitely a very massive level of support at the bottom side. And right now we are going to be confirming this level of resistance over here if we are going to be getting slight little correction with this third touch point. And then if we are going to be creating that, well, then a massive breakout is going to be inevitable by probably next week or at least this month. And this is definitely going to be an insane opportunity in the market. I've been talking about this scenario already at this low over here, at the bottom over here. Right now, it seems to be playing out. So yes, if you are going to be seeing a little bit of a correction, a little bit more kind of consolidation with a third touch point being created right now, and then a bullish breakout, I'm definitely going to be very interested in trading this scenario over here. Now, I will be talking about my exact trading game plan a little bit later. I think I will be giving this update out tomorrow or the day after, so stay tuned for that. I'm definitely going to be still very patient for this trade, not going to be rushing at all. It is still, of course, a weekend. Anyways, if we have confirmed this bottom over here, which it is looking likely that we have confirmed that bottom over here, because we are breaking back above this level of support over here. Well, if we have confirmed this bottom, we might have just set a new double bottom pattern in that short term. This might be looking very good. If we are going to be touching this neckline over here, guys, a massive breakout is going to be inevitable. Anyways, we are seeing a little bit of a shift in trend, because each and every single time we have been creating lower lows each and every single time, but this time around we have created an equal low over here, or if you're going to be counting the wicks, we have created a higher low over here. So yeah, a little bit of shift in trend we are seeing right now, definitely starting to shape up very nicely, but this is going to be that previous high we need to be breaking above. If we are going to be ultimately breaking above this previous high over here, then we are going to be breaking our downtrend in towards an uptrend with this higher low being created and also another higher high being created. If we are going to be doing that, well, in that longer time frame, we are going to be getting a very bullish breakout towards the upside. So yeah, anyways, during this Bitcoin pump towards the upside, at this current moment, we can still be seeing that the Bitcoin funding rates are still extremely low over on Binance. Almost negative over on Bybit, yeah, below that 0.01% mark, so that is still looking very good. Majority of the market is still trying to short during a Bitcoin pump towards the upside. Definitely in the coming few weeks, I do expect more bullish price action towards the upside. Anyways, why has Bitcoin been pumping so much towards the upside? Well, first of all, it is, of course, because of these bullish breakouts towards the upside. Second of all, it has been because of the stock market pumping back towards the upside. But why is this happening? Why is the stock market pumping back towards the upside right now? Well, it is because of this chart over here. Right now, there's going to be a 50% probability that we are going to be seeing a 50 basis point rate cut in the next interest rate decision, which is going to be massive. It is looking like the Fed might be more aggressively cutting their interest rates, which is actually very bullish for the markets, and that is why we're seeing in that short term a little bit more of a pump. In that short term, in that imminent short term, I think that rate cuts are going to be very bullish. In the medium term, I think it is going to be a little bit more bearish, but in that extra long time frame in the coming few years, it's going to be very, very bullish for the markets. That is what I think is going to be very likely. And yes, indeed, we are seeing for the stock market, it is bouncing back towards the upside, reaching these previous all-time highs over here, starting to look very good. Now, if it is going to be breaking above these previous all-time highs over here, then I think Bitcoin is going to be absolutely exploding towards the upside. So let's see what is going to be happening next with the stock market. Anyways, for all of the people that have been waiting for that 40k level, I've been warning you guys. I've been warning you because also right over here, everyone has been waiting for that 30k. Right here, everyone has been waiting for that 20k. Right here, everyone was waiting for that 12k. But whenever everyone is waiting for a certain price level to be getting reached, we tend to do the opposite and leave everyone behind. It is starting to look like we are going to be doing the same thing again. By the way, in one day, we are going to be closing our weekly candle, and this weekly candle is starting to look extremely bullish over here. But anyways, many people are right now asking me, are we still going to be closing this CME gap down below us? And a very good example I like to show each and every single time is this chart over here. Yes, of course, it is good to keep in mind that 90% of these CME gaps tend to get filled very, very quickly. But sometimes CME gaps are just out there to act as traps. Because right over here in the previous cycle, what we could actually be seeing is that Bitcoin on that 4-hourly time frame created two big CME gaps. It was looking like during this price action over here, we were going to fill this CME gap over here. We did not. We actually instead created another CME gap. So yeah, we created two CME gaps over here. We reached this previous all-time high over here. We actually had a little bit of a fake out above that previous all-time high. But what Bitcoin did is we just left these two CME gaps unfilled and actually blasted off towards the upside. So sometimes these CME gaps are just out there to act as traps. I always like to show this scenario over here. I don't know if it's gonna be happening again, but yes, while these CME gaps tend to get filled 90% of the time, sometimes they are just out there to act as traps. Anyways, definitely guys, a huge trade is going to be coming up with this falling wedge pattern over here. I will be keeping you guys up to date about that exactly in the next few update videos in the next few days. But anyways, if you already want to be preparing yourself, make sure to be clicking on that first link down below, sign up a new account over on Bybit, complete KYC level 1, and there you go. You can be claiming a $500 free trade. And make sure to be doing it quick because this campaign is only valid for the next 4 days. After the next 4 days, this campaign is going to be ending and you're not going to be eligible to be claiming this $500 airdrop position anymore. So make sure to be checking it out right now. Claim your airdrop position and still take advantage of this current Bitcoin price action. Anyways, yes, it is starting to look like we are going to be seeing this 50 basis point rate cut, but zooming out for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is still just trading inside of this megaphone pattern. Ultimately, we are still also trading inside of this bull flag pattern. Ultimately, I think we're going to be getting a bullish breakout over here still. I do think so. We are going to be seeing massive gains. Anyways, having a look in towards the altcoins. Altcoins are not really exploding that much towards the upside at this current moment. Yes, we can be seeing some good gains with, for example, BitTensor, with Pepe, but the Bitcoin dominance is still not yet really falling towards the downside. I do think eventually it's going to be happening. I do think it's going to be happening whenever we are going to be breaking this bull flag pattern towards the upside. Then the Bitcoin dominance is really going to be falling towards the downside. Then the real alt season is going to be getting started. Anyways, Michael Saylor is buying more Bitcoin right now. Yesterday he bought even more Bitcoin. He right now almost owns $15 billion in Bitcoin, which is absolutely insane. He will go down as one of the greatest investors ever in history. Anyways, yes, also on that longer time frame, Bitcoin is just flashing this huge buy signal at this current moment. Guys, looking at this moment right now, in a few months time, I think we're going to be looking back at this moment over here, and we would have wished we would have bought more Bitcoin at these current levels. The Bitcoin capitulation has ended, a buy signal is flashing now. During a big 8-month consolidation, I'm definitely going to be buying now. This is insane after the Bitcoin halving. Definitely, I'm going to be accumulating. Anyways, with that being said, make sure to be following me over on Twitter to stay up to date about every single market development. And guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.